how did Empire Technologies come to exist, and therefore why is it such a strong company today?
We came from a background with other IT business. And one thing we noticed, even though we were the one creating solutions for customer, some of the solutions were not quite beneficial for the customer. So we thought like we can do more than that, and we need to have the power to actually go there and make the decision. So that's where Empire Technology came to exist. So we could deliver the right solution for the right customer. And we are heavily focused on cybersecurity. That's why ISO 27001 came for us as a must-have. So we could show to the customers that we're not only telling them to do certain things, we're also doing all that, and we had experience to show to them.
Is it common, or how common is it for people in your industry, your competitors, to go through the work of getting 27001? Is it common? Is it becoming more common?
I would say bigger, much bigger tech firms. They go for the ISO because they need to achieve certain requirements for government, for example. For smaller business, that's not quite the case because it is a heavy lift work that you need to implement. But one thing that Empire had since day one was secured mind. So everything we deployed for the customer was already kind of compliance to requirements. All the security we had in place, all the computers that we deployed for employees, everything that since day one was designed to be focused on cybersecurity. We had all that security measurements. Let's actually apply for ISO 27001 and make sure that we actually keep doing that, because the problem is as you start getting bigger, certain things may become not priority. So that's why you cannot allow that from happening. So let's make the statement here. Let's apply for ISO 27001. Let's make sure when we talk to the customer, we have that trust on our back because we are actually doing that. We actually face it. And it's much easier if you go through a certain challenge and then tell the customer, it's easier for them to believe what you say is true. You're not gonna find you're not gonna go to the gym and then you have a really not very healthy uh, um, personal trainer, say, and ask you to do push-ups and run, but they're not doing it. They're not gonna feel, you're not gonna trust them. They're actually doing the right thing. You wanna that health structure so you can actually rely on because they've been there. They know your pain very much. That's how it works for us.
I like that illustration because my personal trainer's been on to me lately. and and he does, he stays in shape. Now that you have this, Bruno, I know you got it recently and you worked on it. You were patient with us as well. I'm going to just throw that out for the audience because it even takes time for us ourselves to bring these types of things on scope, which you did with us. What kind of clients would you look to you to engage you as their provider, for example?
I would say customers that are looking, you've got two types of customers. The ones that they understand cybersecurity, the one that they already had the pain of a cyber breach or something. Those customers are easy to talk to because they're already been there. And usually like financial law firms, medical centers, because they already have like medical records, a lot of data that needs to be protected. And then you have the other type of the customer, they don't understand what cybersecurity is, and they just need someone to take care of the IT, but they don't really know what they actually need. And that's where we came in place and we created roadmaps for them. We bring that cybersecurity mind and culture to the business, even though they don't ask for. And after say 6 months, as we start showing them things that we have done, they start to understand, okay, actually that's really important for us. I didn't know that the need to actually have this certain amount of monitoring. We try to deliver the right solution, no matter the size of the customer. Of course, there are bigger customer. We have further conversation, deeper conversation when it comes to cybersecurity. But maybe somebody is just looking to apply for cyber insurance because they need to get certain customer that requires that. But it's not easy to apply for cyber insurance if you don't have the bare minimum. So we also get the customer through that journey. So even though they are small, we can fix and make sure they are in a I don't say good level, but at least the minimum requirements to be considered for cyber insurance. IT is not one thing that you switch on and leave there. Cybersecurity is not one thing that you just switch on and also leave there. You need to be continuously monitoring all the time. Most of our technology that we're creating is to, at certain level, to achieve frameworks, ISO 27001, sys controls, or Essential 8. I know they're totally different, but you need the basic pretty much. So if you can get a basic that can be across every single one of them, that trying to, at the end of the day, the basic of cybersecurity, no matter the industry, you need to have, let's say, multi-factor authentication, and you need to have process to back up to your stores, and that's no matter the business you have. The basic is the same for everyone. Any industry, no matter what you do, there is a level that you need to achieve. That's why the Australian government released the Essential 8. That's pretty much the bare minimum. If you have Essential 8, doesn't mean that, okay, my God, I'm good. No, you have the minimum. And then after you understand the business, we have meetings with the directors to understand how they work, what the business is about. Then you start shifting to different framework based on their needs, based on their future needs. You have to implement the technology, but you also need to create the process for you to manage the technology and also to make sure that everyone involved know what they're doing and they're following the right direction. So IT processes and technology, they work hand in hand.